To me, where we see her next, I think it is in a non-WWE ring. She sat here on this show with us, and Hood asked her, "Hey, what are your goals moving forward in wrestling?" It's like, I don't really have any. Like, I've accomplished so much, and like reading her book, she talks about that also, where she's done everything she's wanted to do. She's gotten to the mountaintop. She's main event in WrestleMania, and I don't think it's a big time deal with AEW. I think it's more of a, hey, let me show up where I want to, when I want to, work some amazing matches, work Mercedes one more time, and then just make a bunch of money and wrestle when I want to at this point.
I I can't imagine. I mean, if we're talking about where we see Becky Lynch next, I can't imagine her outside of a WWE ring. And
Really?
again, that's because I mean Seth is also a lifer, man. Like
Sure.
Seth seems to be a WWE lifer. He just re-upped, and like you said, I think there are a couple of things going on right now. And we've had this conversation when it comes to wrestling before of there's no off season,
Right.
and it's tough to miss someone unless they go somewhere. And this is for the first time in her career where she can kind of step away and be missed and not have to be dealing with rehab or injury or all the other thing, again, going through motherhood for the first time
Right.
and okay, working your way back from that and she can go home. I'm guessing as Seth is rehabbing from his injuries, having a toddler, having that age kid running around is
Yeah.
probably not easy if she's leaving to go on the road. Clearly, like you said, they're set financially, probably have a little bit of help coming into the house, although I don't know that for sure. But it kind of gives her a chance to take a step back and hit that reset button. If she doesn't have any goals, I think she still loves professional wrestling, but also I think she does have aspirations of trying some things out in Hollywood, getting some acting gigs, getting into movies, television, what have you. So would I be shocked if the next time we saw Becky Lynch wasn't in professional wrestling? No. Like if
Sure.
she's, making a cameo in some Netflix series or making a cameo in some movie or doing something like that, trying to make some inroads that direction, that would not shock me as well. But I would be shocked if I saw Becky Lynch outside of a WWE ring wrestling under the name of Rebecca Quinn.
I just feel like when it comes to her relationship with WWE, does she owe them something? Sure. Like the name Becky Lynch is a WWE name. They made her into the star she is, obviously because of her hard work. But she was never that top billing. Like she was always an afterthought. She was never Charlotte. She was never Bailey. Like a lot of her pushes have been accidental.
Yeah, sure, the push ended up being accidental, but like,
Right.
I mean, I don't think we can call her an afterthought because
But how many
she's
of
the
her
one.
pushes were because of the fans and not because of booking? Where the
Oh,
booking just couldn't
100%. Like,
ignore it.
yes. Yeah, like I mean, to me, she's like the women's division version of Daniel Bryan
A
slash
hundred
Bryan
percent.
Danielson, right?
And where
Like,
is he right now? Do we still see him in a WWE ring?
no, we don't. But again, he's also like a wrestling psychopath
Fair.
and, wanted to do the New Japan Pro Wrestling
Sure.
and do all the different things that he is currently doing that WWE just did not present him the opportunity with, right? And like, while I would like to probably see some of the matchups of Becky and see some of the stories they could tell with like
Yeah.
Becky and Tony or Becky and Britt Baker, Becky and I mean, literally, you just run down the roster they have there. It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep. Becky and Willow. Like, would that be fun?
Yes.
Hell yeah, that'd be fun. So I think there are a lot of different matches you could have in AEW. I have a hard time imagining her walking away from WWE. If she's going to continue in professional wrestling, I think it's going to continue to be with WWE because that's where her husband is, that her husband's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I think this is just an opportunity for her to, hey, I don't need anything right now. Let's take a
Sure.
step back. Let's reevaluate. Let's be there for my husband as he rehabs. Let's be there for my daughter, which is something she's talked about being very important to her, especially as their daughter continues to get older and older, wanting to be there for her more. So maybe this is her step back from a full-time professional wrestling gig, and maybe she ends up negotiating some sort of part-time deal where she's just popping up for some of the bigger events to continue to try to put young talent over.